man, this must be the game that keeps Japanese people awake at night. I mean, I generally have to wonder, when do they sleep? Because every single day they seem to uncover more stuff that's wrong with Assassin's Creed Shadow. There's probably like an entire team. Like, seriously, I've never seen anything like it. The game isn't out yet, and they have managed to utterly destroy the reputation of this product and make it into such a meme to the point where it's like the Cristiano video games. Everywhere you go and you read about Assassin's Creed, it's like another gaffe that they have done. Oh, they stolen a replica from Amazon and tried to pass it as the Sword of Yasuke. Oh, their team is so incompetent that they mistook Japanese letters for Chinese letters. Oh, they fucked up with the Japanese architecture. Oh, they fucked up with the Japanese costumes. Like, non-stop. Just non-stop gaffes, one after another. And so, all of this seems to culminate with Yasuke being able to now plunder the Imperial Tomb and steal the relics of the Emperor from the royal family. Japanese people don't really appreciate this, but I want to give you my take on it, right? Because I, unironically, am for free speech. I don't care if you make a postal game where you travel to Japan and you actually take a piss on whatever historical relics. I don't care. I think it should be able to be done. I think you should be able to do it. You know, you can make a game where you travel to Japan and you actually have sex on the tomb. That doesn't matter, right? Like, that's free speech. Don't like it, don't fucking buy it. Stop being such a pussy. That's my take. But what I also believe, and this is something that I believe in even more firmly than free speech. Like, this is my number one priority. Like, the very first thing when it comes to my morality is an utter disdain, disgust, and absolute sheer hatred towards moral busybodies. And Ubisoft is a moral busybody. Like, Ubisoft was a paragon of virtue and morality to gamers. Lecturing us about sexism, lecturing us about racism, saying that they will call the cops on gamers for banter and trash talk. And so the thing that I love to do to moral busybodies is to assess their own morality to them. Why? Because a moral busybody constantly virtues, right? Like, it's a non-stop virtuing machine. They constantly tell others how to behave. But, like, what if they're being a little bit unreasonable? What if their standard is actually unachievable? What if they're asking you absurdities in order to torment you? Like, what if the thing that they're asking cannot be done? How can we know that? Well, the way we can know that is to see if the moral busybodies themselves can apply their standards to themselves. Because if you can't apply your standard to yourself, how can you expect other people to, right? So when it comes to Ubisoft, well, they're pushing a woke message. What does wokeness say about raiding tombs? Oh, I see. So when it's a non-woke production, all of a sudden people complain and they're very upset about Lara Croft robbing tombs and blah, 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 blah. But when it's a progressive production, because you made the game during the George Floyd era, and because you listen to every single ounce of the Democrats' propaganda and you dial it to 11 and you put it in your video game, you should get a pass, right? No, get fucked by the Japanese. How about that? I'm not going to defend them. Get fucked. I mean, they're the ones that want to live like this, right? They made the patch. Now play by the fucking meta. Why should I defend them? No, absolutely not. And you know what? They're also the ones that constantly talk about inclusivity and respect. These are values that I do not hold. I think that when it comes to video games, there should be exclusivity. It should be only the people that like that video game. And there should be a separation between the hardcore player and the casual. So I don't champion inclusivity whatsoever. And I do think that gamers should be able to speak banter, to trash talk, to insult each other, to say slurs against each other. And if they don't fucking like it, there should be a mute button. So I completely reject every single aspect of their morality. Absolutely everything to the toilet. But it's their morality. I expect that they will live after it. And so if you think that offensive things shouldn't be done, and you're actually spending money on a team of people that makes absolutely sure that your games are not offensive, well, I want to see all those people fired now. I want to see all those people fired because this is why I now have to pay $70 for a game, right? Like, the price of games has gone up rather than gone down. And the reason for it is because they keep hiring people like that. They keep hiring people that are trying to proofread, to make sure that the game isn't offensive. And despite that, it turns out that this game is even more offensive than anything they created in the past. Like, the backlash that Ubisoft Assassin's Creed Shadows is getting is far worse than any other Assassin's Creed video game that they made. And so, we can conclude that things have actually gotten worse from any metric, from the day that they hire these people, from the day that they hire these consultants, which, you know, you can say, well, the quality of the games have dropped because now the games are sanitized and they're very safe, and, you know, there's no edginess in it, so the enjoyment and the entertainment of a game has dropped. But maybe they're not offensive, you know, like maybe these people are actually doing what they were hired to do, because they weren't hired to make entertaining games. They were actually hired in order to make sure that no one is offended. And so, if you're making a game that's even more offensive with this team, yes, I expect every single one of them to be fired. Every single one of them to be blacklisted. Like, and by the way, this was a no fucking brainer. Even I would be able to tell you that the Japanese are very respectful when it comes to their imperial line. And again, like, the idea of like casting an African American. Because let's be honest, if Yasuke was from Portugal or from Spain, they wouldn't have chosen his story. Like, that is the very reason they chosen his story. That is the very reason they decided to go with hip-hop music in the game. And now, apparently, they're also going with like, vandalism of religious temples, and on top of that, stealing, apparently, the Emperor's armor and shit. Like, in what mind would you think that this is not offensive? I mean, are they so California-centric that they think the entire world revolves around California and the Democrats? Or is this like what it is? It's like, just make sure that people in California aren't upset. Well, apparently even left-leaning people are starting to criticize this game now. It's going to be a huge flop. Everyone knows it. Maybe some streamers will play it for the memes or to dissuade other people from playing it, because, you know, you get to see the gameplay on a stream and you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, like, how is the streamer not suffering? And the answer is that he is. But that's pretty much it. Like, I think this may actually be one of the worst flops from Ubisoft. Even Ubisoft knows it. To the point where the latest posters that have been released about Assassin's Creed Shadows, they keep hiding Yasuke. They keep hiding him. They're putting the chick that looks like a man up front. I mean, that tells me a lot about their confidence in this product. Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.